take one of the blue packets, one per family, please?
To adopt, you must apply, but first there's orientation.
I want to welcome all of you to the San Diego County Adoption Orientation.
Here you'll get an adoption packet explaining the process, how we handle adoptions as a public agency for San Diego County.
They get information as to what type of children we have available, where our children come from, who they are, their ages.
This is our new calendar with a lot of our children on it. So thank you all very much for coming. We're delighted to have all of you.
After the orientation meeting, they can review some paperwork and really determine if this is the way they want to go. If so, they can complete a brief application or inquiry. After that, an adoption social worker will be assigned to them.
And that social worker is an important part of the adoption, one person who will usually stay with you throughout the entire process, a process that really gets going during the home study phase.
Hi, nice to see you guys.
And that's where people like Deborah Keck come in.
Today we are doing the final home visit with a family who's applied to adopt. And look at the bedrooms.
The goal of the social worker in the home study is to help the prospective parents navigate the process.
I have already done their individual interviews, and now I'm doing a joint interview with the family and also doing a home inspection. And do you keep cleaning supplies down here?
We do, but then...
Okay, great. And where's your smoke alarms? Why don't you show me where the child's gonna sleep? I am not looking for the perfect home. I do not go around with a dust rag, you know, looking for dust everywhere. I'm just looking for a normal, safe family for our kids to live with.
And that's part of the big discussion of what happens during the home study process, is what type of child or children families think would fit best with their family.
A social worker will meet with you at least 4 times during the home study, sometimes at an office, sometimes at home.
So how did you guys feel about the health issues?
We had some questions, but we wanted to go down the list of...
Okay. Yeah. So why don't we start out with what you definitely know you're open to.
And in this home, Sanjay and his wife can't wait for their new addition.
A child coming into our home, whether it be small or big, it really doesn't affect us in any way. You know, we're looking forward to it, and you know, we're going to be learning as well. So, you know, it's a great experience. They do give you that helping hand, and it's not just, you know, hey, here's the kid, see you later, it's all on you. I think they follow through right until the end, until they feel comfortable that that child is, you know, kind of attached to us, and, you know, they can walk away and say, you know what, here's another new family.
Get nice and comfy.
The next step in the process is the telling.
This is Nicole, and she is Latasha's social worker.
Who does the telling? We do. Who does the listening? You do, really.
Here's a copy of the telling. Each of us will receive one. I'm going to go ahead and read it. Legally, I have to provide you with all of the information that I have on the birth parents and the birth family.
The telling is where we tell you everything we know about a child.
This was a full-term pregnancy.
All medical information, all psychological information, all the information about the birth family that we may know, anything that has to do with the circumstances that brought the child to our attention, all of that information is disclosed to the family, and the family has an opportunity to consider that information, to think about it, perhaps consult with other professionals and get other information, other opinions, before they need to make a decision to actually meet with the child.
I love children. My house is always filled with children, and I always wanted more.
I don't want you to call me for at least 24 hours, okay? Even though it could be very exciting, I want you to hold on to that, and I want you to really make a good head decision.
The person in the green going through the process is Kathy. Already has 2 children of her own.
Kind of nervous, more excited than nervous. Not knowing what to expect exactly, you know, how things were going to run. Kind of, you know, nervous about that, but excited about finally being able to adopt a child.
A child she's never met, never seen, but through the telling has just gotten to know a little better.
Thanks for coming in. We're done.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Nicole.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
5. Give 5.
Whoa, good job, Sarah.
Inside a home in Fletcher Hills is Sarah, 1.5.
What's this right there? Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Playing with a social worker, having fun.
To me, it's the easier route and have another one, but we thought, you know what, there's so many kids out there that need a home. Let's go ahead and have one of our own and then adopt one also.
This is Sarah,
whom they're seeing for the very first time. What follows is about 45 minutes of playing, talking, learning about Sarah from her caregiver, a relative, someone who's taken care of her for most of her young life.
She comes. Look at all your teeth.
How does she do when she wakes up in the morning?
She'll play with her books and stuff.
How is she going to bed? Like when it's time to go to sleep? Is she pretty willing?
You learn Sarah is strong, likes to play, loves camera lenses, and loves to dance.
She's ready for dance class.
After the showing, a lot of the nervousness is gone.
She's a beautiful little girl, and don't want to get your hopes up too high when you go in first, because you don't know what, exactly what's going to happen and all that. And you're meeting, the person that was taking care of her and then Sarah too, but it went real well.
It was just wonderful, to walk in and finally see this little face that, we've been wanting and, praying for a long time.
After the showing, there's a brief period to make sure everyone is set. By law, a child must be in the placement for at least 6 months before moving on to finalization.
The worker goes out to their home once a month just to visit, to see if they need any support or resources, if they have any questions, and really to determine that the whole transition and the bonding is going well and going smoothly.
Then comes finalization. As we've seen, a time to celebrate new lives together as one family.
Look at his tail. Come here. My name's Dustin and I'm 10 years old. I've been here for 1.5 years and I've really loved it, being with the new family.
Dustin is an incredibly resilient, caring, sensitive kid.
The first day I met Tim and Jaime, they were the best. This piece goes right there. I knew one day I would get a family and it would probably be these two. My turn. Come on, fish.
Go fish.
I really wanted to get adopted. I was too scared to be at that home. And Jaime's like a really good dad to me.
Dustin's a great kid. He has a big heart, has a big soul. He's very compassionate. He loves to play.
Goldfish.
And if you give this kid a grass field, he'll run for hours.
Dad, you want me to set the table? I love to set up the table because it helps my family. It helps me be part of the family. And it helps me to build more respect. It's like just building respect to your family.
Quite often in adoptions, the child will find you.
Let's send it at
Receptions?
You'll go through the adoption process, and often at some point you'll be introduced to a child you know is right.
Every time you go to the dentist, it's the same thing, but then a week later.
Oh, you're cranking. You're doing really good at patience.
Patience.
That's what you are when you go to a dentist.
Yep. The reason why you should adopt kids is so you can get them from horrible places that people are very mean, trust me, and other things, and you need to give them love and a home to stay. That's why you should help them get back their happiness in their body.